The data set out of remote control. Chapter 1. Is it Saturday yet? Is it Saturday yet? Caesar asked his friends as they walked to Dr. Bunsen's lab. Olive shook her head. Not yet. Caesar waited a moment. Is it Saturday yet? Olive giggled. Stop it, Caesar. You are giving me déjà vu. Caesar looked confused. Déjà vu? Great parades, Olive gave. Déjà vu is a feeling you get when it seems like you have already done something before. Well, I feel like this week is moving in slow motion. Caesar groaned. When is it going to be Saturday? The data said needed to finish. Their invention for the Newton bar, Science Fest on Saturday, Laura knocked Caesar forward. Come on, Slowpoke, the water japper is only our best invention yet, if we make sure it works. Can you imagine turning water into a laser beam? Olive asked. There could be farms in the desert, or clean water all around the world, or even on Mars. If we get it to work, Gabe reminded them. Grrrr. Caesar's stomach made a loud rumble. Okay, Tommy, I hear you, asked Caesar's dog through his pockets for a snack. A big dog bounded out of the bushes. Ruff, ruff. Hua, cried Caesar. He dropped his granola bar on the ground. Chomp, the dog snatched up the treat and ran off. Hey, you furry diff, Caesar yelled. That was a string cheese. Peanut butter granola bar, not a doggy treat. Peanut butter granola and cheese together? Asked Gabe. The other kids looked disgusted. It actually sounds more like a dog treat than a human treat, Olive said. Maybe Dr. V will help some normal food for you. Then the group laughed. Normal was the last thing anyone expected from Dr. Bunsen. When they arrived at Bunsen's lab, the place was a mess. There were tools and toilet paper everywhere. A half-eaten lunch sat on a countertop next to a bubbling baker, while a cowboy movie played on the TV. Old machine buzzed around them. Laura pinched her nose to block a stinky smell. What, Dr. V? What happened here? The life of a traveling scientist, I'm afraid. Dr. Bunsen opened a large suitcase. I'm speaking before the International Science Council tomorrow. Then the doctor went into his storage room and returned wearing his X-ray goggles. Hey, isn't that where scientists who win the Nobel Prize present their work? Gabe asked, but Dr. Bunsen could not hear him over the loud TV. What did you say? Caesar, can you turn down the volume? Asked Laura. Caesar grabbed the closet remote control and fumbled with the buttons. All of a sudden, a strange bright glow surrounded the kids and they went zap. Chapter 2. Déjà Vu. Is it Saturday yet? Caesar asked. The data said were on their way to Dr. Bunsen's lab. Laura shook her head. Not yet. Caesar waited a moment. Is it Saturday yet? Olive giggled. Stop it, Cecil. You're giving me deja vu. Hold on, said Gabe. He paused. Something wasn't right. Does anyone else feel like we've been here before? Don't tell me you're getting deja vu too, said Laura. I am, replied Gabe. In fact, Caesar's stomach is about to grumble. Grumble. Caesar's stomach let out a loud rumble. Okay, lucky guess. My tummy is always talking. Good thing I packed my string cheese peanut butter granola bar, said Laura, finishing her friend's sentence. Caesar held up the snack. Okay, now that was wild. Look out for the dog in the bushes, Laura pointed. Then suddenly a big dog jumped out of the bushes and knocked down Caesar. His snack landed on the sidewalks next to a strange-looking remote control. The dog sniffed the remote, then grabbed the snack and ran away. Hey, you furry diff! Yelled Caesar. That was a string cheese peanut butter granola bar, not a doggy. Wait a minute. This has happened before. I never forget losing food. The remote, said Laura. She picked it up and studied it. Caesar came over. All I did was push that button. Laura smiled. You mean the rewind button? The kids gathered around the device. In any critical situation, there was only one logical answer. Bunsan! They all said at once. This isn't a TV remote, began Olive. Bunsan built a remote control that took us back in time, finished Laura. Everyone stood in shock until Caesar finally broke the silence. Do you realize what this means? We can fast forward to Saturday's competition and see how our invention works. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm in, said Gabe. Olive was nervous. What if something goes wrong? Then we can rewind back, Laura reminded her. Don't you want to see if our invention works? Okay, let's do it. Everyone cheered. How do we fast forward to the exact time? Asked Gabe. Laura studied the remote. There was a guide button which usually listed the channel and showtime of every TV show. She pressed it. This might help. Instantly, a giant grid appeared. It was a channel guide of data sets, weekly schedules. There's my soccer practice, Olive exclaimed. Caesar frowned. And there's my dentist appointment. And there's the science fest, said Gabe. Laura selected the Newtonberg Science Fest and pressed the enter button. A bright groan surrounded them, and they were thrust into a swirling vortex. Chapter 3. Gone in a laser beam zap. Zap! The kids appeared inside the Newtonberg Convention Center. There were lots of tables filled with experiments, and the room was crowded with scientists. It worked, cried Laura. Come on, let's find our station. The data set walked past all kinds of Zemos, gadgets, and inventions. There was a hologram projector from Dreams, a Venus fly trap run more, and even a pocket oven that cooked food. Caesar pointed. Hey, there's our water zapper. The invention was on display in a juggle of wilted plants. The data settled to the device and examined it. Do you think it works? Olive asked. It looks like we're about to find out, said Rora. Two judges stopped it at their table. What do we have here? One of the judges asked. This is the world's first water zapper, Rora announced proudly. It can convert water into a laser beam. How marvelous, said the other judge. Hydroponic technology is my field of expertise. Can we see how it works? Sure, said Rora. Our water zapper will bring these wilted plants back to ripe. Rora moved the zapper to a new table. Then she took a deep breath and pressed the power button. Bzzzt! A blue laser beam shot out from the nozzle. The plants immediately started to perk up. Remarkable, said the judge, but as they were writing marks in their notebooks, a strange noise rattled out. Boost, boost, boom! Oh no! Laura cried as the water zapper started to smoke. She turned it off. Something went wrong. But I can't help, said the judge. Why don't you attend my talk on hydro ice crystals next week? That's where your invention got watered down. The other judge nodded. You're correct, Dr. Kent. Well, unfortunately, that means we won't see a working water zapper today. The data set's hope fell as the judge walking away. I can't believe all of our hard work is gone in laser beam zap, Caesar groaned. Or is it? Laura's eyes squinted. With excitement, we have a time limit. We can fast forward to next week, go to Dr. Kent's talk, then rewind back to here and fix our water zapper. Olive frowned. But that would be cheating, Gabe thought about it. The law says that we can use any information we need. Technically, we're not in cheating, exclaimed Rora. She pulled out the guide. We'll attend the lecture, fix our machine, and be home before you can say zap. Well, I guess we've got nothing to lose, said Olive. Rora found Dr. Kent's seminar. Then, with a click of the remote, everything became a blur. Thank you for the watching. Bye bye.